Test.
Mine's working.
Beautiful. These headphones are a lot louder now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You want it down?
No, I'm good.
Sweet. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna win it.
Traveling, dogs, like a life update episode.
Sure,
A lot of stuff has happened since the last time we shot one, so.
it's true.
Okay. All right.
Welcome back to Welcome back to Jeff and Jash. I'm Josh. Once again, unfortunately, Jeff can't be with us.
It's just a problem plaguing our
Seriously
podcast.
is a problem. We'll get him on. He will be. Actually, in case you're wondering, he has a broken foot right now.
Does he really?
He does, and this is actually the truth.
It bothers me that you have to say that.
Well, in case people are questioning why we're making up excuses for why Jeff's not
Oh.
here, he really did break his foot.
Post a photo. We'll roll a photo there.
We will roll a photo. We'll have to ask Lane for a photo of Jeff.
No, I saw it on Facebook.
Oh, great. Easy peasy. So, yeah, that's why he can't be with us.
Bummer.
Be with us here today.
Get well soon, Jeff.
Yeah. Rip Jeff.
To be fair, though, I don't know when this is going to air. It might be better by then.
Yeah, it could be. But as of recording,
Yeah.
his foot is broken. But, Nathan, thanks for filling in once again.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Well, it's been a hot minute or so since our last episode.
It has been warm.
Has been filmed, actually. Because believe it or not, we don't film just one a week. We try to organize and plan for when we're gone.
Yeah. A little
And-
insight into the process.
Insight
The
into-
lack of process that is this
Yeah.
podcast.
Before we really dive into any discussion, I've had a number of people ask me what the podcast is about. Mm-hmm. So I figured,
What do you say?
well, I figured we could just make a plug right here for what the podcast is
Okay.
about. So what?
I was hoping you were going to have an answer to that question. I just said that it's a stupid podcast about nothing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Seinfeld without all the humor
Great.
and cleverness.
I like it because that's kind of where I'm at. Is like we really don't have like a specific thing we talk about.
Yeah, I kind of
kinda
just
just-
tell them what we talked about in the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
But
And it varies. I mean,
Madison, what do you tell people? Has anyone asked you about it?
Yeah, multiple people have asked me about it, and I'm pretty sure my answer has been different every single time.
nice.
Ost?
People have asked, and I just tell them what we did in the first episode.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
what I do.
Really, it is just we kind of just sit down and try to come up with a conversation as soon as I say welcome back to Jeff and Jay.
Yeah, I think we tried to make a structure this time, but
Yeah, we slowly came up with a few topics, and I'm sure that as this gets rolling,
it'll be
something
good.
will happen.
It'll be great.
So that's
Yeah.
what Jeff and Josh is about.
Yeah.
Thanks for reviewing, 27 of you and counting.
Yeah, I was gonna say it makes it sound immensely popular when we're all of us have been approached about it, but
But it's probably been like the same 10
The
people
same-
asking each of us
I
what
think
Yeah.
my
it's
mom
about.
has asked 4 times
Okay.
thereabouts.
my mom I don't think cares.
Yeah. I haven't told my mom.
I've been begging my mom to come on the podcast, but she doesn't want to do it.
Oh, bummer.
So I'm thinking about coming up with like a segment she could participate in without appearing on the show.
That would be sweet.
And I got some good ideas. I'll run past you later.
We'll talk about it. The supplemental Saturday is
Yeah.
coming up. Let me
Yes.
tell you. Anyway, life updates.
Sure.
It's been like a month, I think.
Since the last
So,
time we shot.
not a big gap of time, but enough to where things have happened.
Yeah,
I mean, Nathan and Madison, you guys were in Singapore.
we were.
We were.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. We were there for a week. Well, 5 days once you take out all the travel days because there was a lot of travel.
And 5 days was plenty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was great, but it was hot, man.
Really?
Yeah, it was like consistently 85 regardless of time of day and like 90% humidity all the time,
There you go.
except for when it rained when it was 100%.
100% humidity.
It was really hot.
but it was
That is
beautiful.
hot. Oh, man.
There were a lot of really beautiful cultural I guess sites, architecture.
Yeah.
Super different. It was like a mix of like Chinese, Indian, and British culture all together, which is probably the strangest combination I can think of.
Yeah.
But it was really amazing. The food was good.
Yeah.
The beaches were good.
Yeah.
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 So I saw your Instagram post,
Oh,
Nathan,
good.
and something about gum.
Yeah, it's illegal there.
Yeah, explain. Did you find out why or?
So, from what I
Just-
understand, I think they have such a high standard of cleanliness for their city that they didn't like gum getting like it's one of the hardest things to clean off
Sure.
stuff. And you've seen New York,
Yeah.
or at least
You've
Elf.
seen Elf, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of, where it gets stuck everywhere. And I think also apparently they had mentioned that people, which I find this hard to believe, but that people would put it in keyholes and on the sensors of the subway to keep the doors open. And so that was part of the reason they banned it, which I feel like those people were so conscientious and so like respectful there that it's really hard for me to imagine that anyone did that. But
Yeah.
maybe some Americans came there and did that.
Well,
Sure.
they didn't used to be this clean cut, you know.
Yeah.
Like 40 years ago, they were known for their opium dens and all that.
Sweet.
There's some history there.
Yeah.
But it was great. Everyone was really polite. We had no trouble getting around. Their subway system is phenomenal. It was so clean you could probably eat off. I mean, I wouldn't, but you could eat off the floor probably.
Yeah.
Nobody left their bikes locked. And
Yeah.
it was a city of
Really?
5.6 million
And
people.
you're just sure that your bike's gonna be there afterward.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So it was
Step
a
up your
great
game, America.
Yeah.
and it was crazy too because I think I remember saying to you like we think America's a melting pot, but like there it's just you're just constantly seeing people of. I mean, there were not a lot of white people, I guess, but there were some, and
There
then
were Australians.
Australians, a lot of Australians because it's like 4 hours
Yeah,
away.
it's super close.
And then just people from all different
Cool.
kinds of countries around India and Asia, and it was
And Europe.
in Europe. There's a lot of Europeans. We were some of the only Americans that we met,
Okay.
which we met ourselves, I guess. Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
it was really cool. I think one of the most surprising things to me was you'd start at a street, you'd get off the subway and you'd be at a street and you'd be in like a city, like a jungle of skyscrapers, brand new skyscrapers. And then you'd go a few more blocks and you'd be in like Chinatown where there'd be these really old temples and like
Shop houses.
Yeah, shop houses. And it was just, you would cross streets and cross into a different world. And it was really cool. I
Yeah.
would recommend.
Yeah.
Cool. Each world had its own set of smells.
Yeah.
I was starting to get the flu by the end, so we went into like an underground fish market, and that really didn't help.
Oh.
That was pretty.
Yeah.
That was pretty spicy.
We didn't know
Party
it was
time.
underground in
no,
our defense.
we didn't. So we went down there because the Google map was like, right here, that's a fish market. So we're like, okay, and it was so bad.
Oh, that's rough.
I don't know how long those fish have been sitting out, but it's been a while.
Yes.
So, but
Wow.
yeah, no, it was fantastic. We'd totally go back there.
Sweet.
So
Good
Yeah.
deal. Singapore. Fun.
yeah, it was great. Mostly only went there because we got cheap tickets.
Yeah. I remember you guys mentioning
Yeah.
how cheap those were, and it's like,
We knew almost nothing about it, and
but
then
hey,
just bought some
now you know
tickets.
something about Singapore.
And would recommend. Honestly, like if you want to go to an Asian country and you don't know which and you're kind of nervous, like I'd go to Singapore because everything's in English. It's just really easy to navigate. It's also nice that their dollar is about 70% of one of our dollars, so
Oh, cool.
everything's cheaper.
Yeah.
And everything's priced really fairly too, from what we saw. Like bottled water, there were no drinking fountains anywhere, so you had to buy bottled water. But it was super fairly priced, which is like I feel like they could have jacked it up and people would
Yeah.
still paid it, but they didn't. So
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
yeah,
I'd recommend.
yeah.
Cool.
But
Would
you can't chew
recommend.
gum though. That really, my breath
That's
is
rough
bad,
for you,
but I
'cause
had
you,
fun.
You are a gum guy.
I'm a gum guy.
Yeah.
I always have gum.
Always.
Actually, the high schoolers know that I'm like the dealer.
gum guy.
So they always send people. Like there's a couple high schoolers who will always
get
send
me
people to
some
me when they need gum.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm
But-
not a gum guy. I like gum, but
Yeah.
I never have it on me.
I always have it on me. Buy it at Costco.
Costco. Ooh,
Copyright.
book.
I can't do gum.
Yeah.
Really?
I tried it once. Once.
That's
Once.
surprising.
Like you've
Like
only had gum
last year.
like once in your life? Once?
Yes.
Really?
Okay.
I was working with Justin,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
and he gave me gum, and he's like, "You got to try this."
What flavor?
I can't remember. It was something
Minty?
fresh and minty.
Minty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it was good tasting.
Sure.
It took way too much mental work to not swallow and continue doing anything I was doing.
That makes
I
a
would
lot
have
of
to like
sense.
stop physically doing my work and like, no, don't swallow,
Got it.
and then continue.
Interesting.
I guess if you, yeah,
If you've never
that's
chewed it.
literally the first time you've chewed gum,
Yeah.
then yeah, that would be weird.
When I was a kid, my mom would let us chew gum on Fridays,
On Fridays only.
and we loved it. We would chew. Yeah, I can't get down with fruit gum because I feel like it makes my breath worse because there's just a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
That, and there's a lot of sugar in mint gum too. But I don't know. That's mostly why I chew it is because my breath is habitually bad, and I don't know. Yeah, it's true. I guess I hadn't thought about that. That if you've never chewed gum
Yeah.
before, you would probably
Super
want to
weird.
swallow it for sure.
I just remember my mom used to work at the library at U of M, University of Montana, and we would always go visit her after school or just whenever we got picked up from whatever we were doing as little kids. And she would always have that cinnamon gum.
Oh,
in her.
yeah.
And that is like the hottest gum on the planet when you're a little kid. It's like, oh, it's so spicy.
It is spicy though.
But it's really good. I don't buy it often now because I like the minty
Right.
gums, but
Big Red, right?
yeah,
Copyright.
Yeah, copyright or the Trident copyright.
Yeah.
Spicy Big Red equivalent.
Okay.
So
Question for you.
yeah.
Your mom, you said, always had Big Red.
Yep.
So, you may not have heard of this before. This may sound really, really weird to you, but the Big Red has the like metallic wrappers as opposed to the paper ones.
The forehead deal?
Forehead deal.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? You guys know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, okay, Ost, this is stupid. Don't do this. But if you take Big Red, it's got cinnamon in it, right? So it's really hot. You lick the wrapper, stick it to your forehead, and it will burn your
Yeah,
forehead.
you
it
try
will,
to see how long you can hold on. As opposed
right.
to
And
your
if you hold
friends.
it on too long, it'll legitimately leave a burn on your forehead.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's one of those challenges, like just, those dumb challenges that people do. Like,
Except this was from like the 90s
yeah, the
or
90s
before.
challenges.
But it came back a few years ago.
Throwback
Like
on-
Did it?
people started doing it. I
Really?
remember when I was in high school, and I was
Oh.
like, "That is the stupidest thing." So I think it comes and goes in waves.
How
Sure.
dare you? I did that.
Yeah, I did that. I remember clearly doing that.
It was stupid. I agree.
It was a good time.
It was super dumb.
you
Burned your
can
face with a
slight-
piece of
kind
paper.
Kind of do it with the Trident wrappers. You know how they're just paper.
Yeah,
kind
it
of
doesn't
stuff?
work as well.
It doesn't work as well, but those were the fun ones to do because then you'd feel the tingle. on
But
your
it wouldn't
forehead,
actually
but you wouldn't
burn you.
actually burn your forehead, so you're not regretting everything you did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Good
time.
stuff, though.
Yeah, gum.
Shout out to all the kids who've never tried that. Now to go try it.
Presenting new challenges on the internet. This one won't kill you though.
Yeah, but it burns your
might
It will
burn
forehead.
literally burn you though.
Yeah.
So
But would you rather plug a? I mean, kids are gonna do dumb things. I assume.
Yeah.
I do dumb things still.
But don't encourage more of them.
You're right. Don't do it, kids.
Also, did you guys just see the bird fall out of the tree back there? Austin, did you catch that? A bird just literally fell backwards out of the tree. Sorry.
Baby bird or adult bird?
That was a big bird.
Oh,
It was like a robin, I think.
just losing abilities.
speaking of random comments, you guys may see this lump of fur down by our feet.
Thanks,
This
Josh.
is our newest addition to Nathan's and my family. Her name is Rosa. She will make intermittent appearances, and we're sorry for any awkward noises or anything like that.
Yeah,
We're
she
still
was.
training her.
I think
but-
she was chewing a bone during the Lane and Whitney podcast, and you could hear it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
apologize, but she, we're training her and working on it.
Yeah,
So,
we've had her for 2 days, so
ah,
I'd say she's doing pretty good.
yeah.
Killing it.
Not on the couch, just
Yeah.
sleeping. She like licked your shoelaces for 10 minutes, but did not chew on your shoe.
Which is just absolutely
Kinda bizarre.
incredible. Weirdest dog I've ever seen now.
Yeah,
But
good
hey,
dog.
Good dog. Good
Named
doggo.
after a character from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Josh
Didn't
needs to
know
watch that
Haven't
show.
seen that show.
It's a good show.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, sponsor us if you want.
Please. Who's been sponsored by a TV show? I have no idea. This podcast has been brought to you by Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They got canceled, and then
And then
NBC bought them out.
Thank you, NBC.
thank you so much. We shouldn't talk about something that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else? Life updates?
Well,
Right?
I
That's
do
what we're
know-
doing?
We are.
Josh got married.
That's right. That's
No,
why
I'm sorry.
I
Josh
had
got a girlfriend.
No.
No, I'm sorry.
Still single, actually.
Josh met a girl.
No, haven't met any new girls recently.
Josh said hi to a girl.
Mm,
No.
yeah.
But it was Madison. I'm
So-
sorry. I feel bad roasting you, but
Hey,
it's just
Well, you
low
know,
hanging fruit and it's tasty.
It is low hanging. You've already made a shirt with my phone number on it.
That's
so,
true. I did do that.
Can you
And-
wear that next podcast?
No,
out
Scott
of
has
Venice
it.
Still has it. Which
Oh,
No, he
has
lost
its-
it.
No, he actually refound it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
is your phone number
Found
still
out
the same?
about that. Yeah.
Good.
So-
Well, I did print that accidentally on my desk.
Yeah,
so now
that's
your
true.
face and phone number are
Which
permanently
you
on my
deserve.
workbench.
So, yeah, but actually, found out he still had it when I. No, he texted Matt Tebow after he got back from back to California from the conference.
Okay.
When he was
And
up
he
there.
found it?
And he texted Matt and said, "Matt, I found the shirt." Well, he said more like probably like Matt, I found the shirt. Because, that's
Except you
how-
did that in a text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably could do it in a text if anyone's going to. It'd be Scott.
Uh-huh.
So it's in California, which
Okay.
on one side it's good. It's not in Montana.
Right, but there's a lot of people. in
On the other
California.
side, Scott Artavanus has it in California. I'm a little worried about that.
You haven't gotten
So-
any. You've not
No,
been fielding any
no,
calls from strange area
No
codes.
weird calls from California.
Okay.
So I don't know if he pulls it out or not.
It's probably not.
Probably not, since really no one in California knows who I am.
Right, I think the joke would
Kind
be
of a-
lost on them.
Yeah, it'd be a weird plug there.
But it was great though. There were like 300 people there.
Yeah.
And Scott whips out the Josh shirt.
Yeah, and he's just like slowly unbuttoning his shirt, and
Which is just weird in
I'm
and
just
of
like,
itself.
Boy, howdy, what kind of shirt does he got now? And then you get to like the point where you can start to see like forehead
Uh-huh.
and this bit of hair. I'm like, I hope this isn't what I think it is.
That's exactly
And
what you think
lo and
it is.
behold, my face and my phone number right there on Scott's shirt.
And then you
So-
immediately got a call from a
I
number you
did.
didn't recognize,
I
but it
did.
turns out it was unrelated to the shirt, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it was just a weird coincidence. I was like, wow, that's funny. And denied the call.
Okay.
You know that kind of defeats the purpose of the shirt,
Right.
right?
So wait, then you don't know if it was unrelated.
That's true. I don't. They didn't leave a voicemail.
Okay.
So either they were somewhat confident and then failed. Their confidence just
I don't know,
crashed as soon
man.
as but
If I was to call someone whose face I had seen on a T-shirt, I'm not sure if I'd leave a voicemail
yeah,
either.
that would be a weird one. Hey, I've got your number off a T-shirt
To be fair, last year was a
from
sign-up
pastor.
sheet.
It's true, which never actually existed.
Oh, it didn't?
No, it was more of a joke from Scott that the sign-up sheet was in the back
Okay.
to meet Josh.
Josh is also in the back, but the sign-up sheet's less
Yeah.
intimidating. It doesn't
Sign
talk
up.
to you about weird stuff.
So, yeah, I'm kind of bummed. The advanced conference is not happening next year.
Oh, it's not?
We're taking kind of a year off.
Okay.
Just to kind of reevaluate how to do it better. Well, I guess the advanced team is now. I'm not on that team anymore.
Gotcha.
So Scott's not coming back, which is kind of a bummer.
We should bring him back for
He
fun.
I hope he can come back sometime soon. But I'm also kind of relieved that maybe that joke's just not going to come up next year.
Well, I think last year we were really trying to be dating someone
Yeah.
during the conference.
Yeah, I was really hopeful.
But I'm glad you didn't
I
like
did
force
have
something.
a joke ready, or like almost pulled $100 out of the bank to just tell a girl, please be my girlfriend for the weekend,
And give her.
while Scott was around. And then
Yikes.
my plan was to, if he ever asked how long you've been dating, I would have said $100 ago.
That's actually pretty good. But I'm glad you had the discernment to not do
I
that.
chose that probably wouldn't be the smartest move.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons.
Imagine if
It
that's
just-
how you could tell your kids that you met, though.
If that was actually how I started dating someone though, and it like worked out,
Yeah. That'd be fantastic.
I don't know how that would.
But I would really
feel.
question who would take $100.
That's true.
for
If it was someone
pretending
you
to be a
knew,
girlfriend.
Yeah, it was probably gonna be. I don't know who it would have been.
don't call anyone out
No,
on
I'm
the
not
podcast.
gonna-
Nobody
Don't
deserves.
call
Nobody
Scott.
deserves that.
That would be really unwise.
Yeah.
It'd be worse than having Josh offer you $100 to date them is Josh offering you $100 on YouTube to date them.
in front of 27 viewers.
That's still like 26 more than it would have been.
Right. So
Okay.
there you go. I don't know why we're talking about this.
I don't know. Any other life updates?
I'm going to become a phlebotomist.
Phlebotomy.
Tell us about that
You
in as little detail as possible because I'm very queasy.
Okay, so I would just be working with the American Red Cross
Okay.
to gather blood donations
Oh, cool.
in Montana areas, I suppose. I'm not really sure where I'll be going soon. But
Okay. And what's your
it'll be
schedule like for
Montana.
that?
Completely variable.
Okay. I mean, just like, when are you going to be
Oh.
sticking needles in arms?
So I have 11 weeks of training.
Okay.
11 weeks.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
a lot of training.
you should be thankful that
Yeah.
people taking
yeah,
your
I am,
blood
like,
have-
That's true.
drawing your blood. I
Yeah,
would feel like
that's a good point.
that
I
would
did
be
give my
fair.
blood once, and they were very nice and helpful. And
and had
Yeah.
11
the
weeks of
finger
training.
prick hurt worse than the actual needle going into my
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
So it's not bad.
And it's super great. I mean, like, you give just a little bit under a liter if you're my size, or
Okay.
a liter if you're a full grown adult.
Okay.
How long? What's out of curiosity? Because I only did this once, and I got a comment that I was able to do it quickly. What's the normal time to like drain a liter of a person's blood?
Honestly, I think it totally depends on the person.
Okay.
Like, I haven't had the training yet,
Yeah.
so I can't give you a number. But I
Cool.
feel like it'll depend on like your blood pressure,
Sure.
like your weight, how healthy you are, if you are nervous.
Yeah.
So
You're a healthy dude, and you were probably
Yeah.
nervous too.
I
Yeah.
actually wasn't that nervous. I gave it in sub 5 though. I felt pretty good about that.
that's actually really fast. Yeah.
cool.
High score.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to take like 15 minutes or something.
Well, I was
Oh, my word.
really squeezing that stress ball.
They come back to you 50 minutes later, you're given 3 liters, and you're just like,
Which is great because I think we hold about a gallon of blood or something, or 2 gallons.
You would 6 liters.
6
so
liters
That's,
is
that's half your blood.
I think that would probably kill me.
Yeah.
To give, could you give half your blood and survive? Do you think? Like, obviously, you
In
wouldn't
what-
want to.
In what state? Like, if somebody
Yeah,
just
I mean,
like,
would you like if in Josh's case, if they left him there for 15 minutes
Yeah.
and he lost 3 liters of blood,
Would
right?
I be dead?
Would he die?
Or would I
think
be
he
close
might.
to death?
I think you would be really close
Okay.
to death.
Cool.
I feel like it depends on the.
They'd probably have to like find a way to reverse that blood back in.
Yeah.
Squeeze the back.
It would.
That's what the 11 weeks of training are for. How to squeeze it back in.
How to get blood back into a body.
But just so you all know, there is a blood drive on New Year's Eve, and I
Okay.
assume this will be out before then. And
Hopefully.
yeah, and
Unless
I
the
will,
show gets canceled.
and I will bring it up
NBC,
again.
please buy us. Okay, blood drive.
Anyway, blood drive, New Year's Eve. I believe it's at MSU. I will give you more details as it comes, but I would definitely recommend doing it because it's like a great way to save a life in a very literal sense. It
Yeah.
takes like half an hour of your time, and
Sure. You get a cookie, right?
you get cake.
Oh,
They give cake out now?
Yeah, they have like these like cake loaves almost,
Wow.
and cookies and popcorn and pretzels and lemonade and
Dude.
water, and they like you lounge in a chair for half hour.
I'm gonna be honest.
So-
I've never done it, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
Like, I have no good reason.
I think it's more just like it takes that time out of your day that you're kind of like meh.
But it's almost like I've never even considered it because
Oh.
I've definitely have time. You know, I'd like walk past it, and it's going on at MSU, right? And I have like an hour between classes. Could have totally stopped in there and done it. I have no idea why it never crossed my mind, but
yeah. I think people like
I
are
should
really
do it.
consciously afraid of like the needles, and
Maybe,
they're
yeah.
not that bad. And also, they have like a fast track sign up, so sometimes you can just come in, fill out a page or something on your phone, and then they'll pretty much just like sit you down in the chair.
that's good.
So you know
Yeah.
your blood type, any diseases you might have. They'll
That's a
call you.
huge advantage
Yeah.
that they'll actually do blood work for free.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think they don't want to give diseased blood.
Exactly.
To anyone, so.
But it's like a win-win.
it's true.
Yeah. So, would recommend.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. New
So-
Year's Eve.
New Year's
Is
Eve.
it like
That's,
New Year's
um,
Eve, like
Day.
during the day?
So we
yeah,
got-
it's earlier in the day. So if you don't have anything
You
going
know,
on, or
6
haven't-
months.
6 mons to go, but
Yeah.
keep
Okay.
that in mind.
That's a great idea, Madison.
Keep
Thank
that.
you
Yeah.
for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Will you be working there?
I will be working there.
All right.
Come visit me.
Is it a conflict of interest
I'll
if
take your
you
blood.
stab your husband?
I would say not in
Okay.
this scenario.
Okay.
Nathan will give a little more than a liter if he's a
She's squeezing the bag. It's okay. We're married. It's okay if it kills
I
him.
know what he can take.
He's got. I don't have life insurance, so you got to be careful.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
And anyway, that has also changed. I
Right.
will become a phlebotomist in
Hot
11 days.
diggity.
That's wonderful.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Very
Good for
exciting.
you. I
Yeah.
knew that, but I'm still congratulating you and acting surprised. I'm not sure why.
That's
But
okay.
congratulations still.
Thanks.
I appreciate
That
it.
is exciting because I remember you messaged me about cold smoke. So this
Yeah.
seems like a, not that cold smoke's a bad place to work, but if you're interested in doing
Becoming a
medicine,
PA, yeah.
This is more of
Yeah.
a step in the direction
Yeah.
that I want.
It's actual
know.
relevant work experience.
helping people and health wise things, or
You're still helping
serving
people.
Coffee.
You know, serving coffee's helping.
Coffee's also very important, though.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
You know, it is the one legal drug that everyone endorses.
yeah.
That's always interesting to me. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's
Sure.
plenty of legal drugs, though, Josh.
That's true.
Let's be real.
But that everyone endorses all the time. Like I don't
Yeah.
know many people who say, "Be careful about the amount of coffee." Well, I get that a lot.
Every
Who doesn't
doctor
say
will
that?
tell you.
Has no one ever told you that, Josh? Be careful about how much coffee you drink.
Okay,
I hate to be the first one to say this,
I do get that frequently, and then I say,
and then you come on a podcast and say no one warns you about it. Josh,
"Okay." More so, I just ignore it because of
yeah.
how much I love coffee.
I guess it's more just that you can legally consume as much
Yeah.
caffeine as you
That's right.
want.
It's socially
And no one's gonna-
acceptable.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think like the rate at which you have to consume caffeine to actually overdose on it is like impossible.
Is it
You-
really?
You
I think
actually
so.
have to get like so they have like pills and powder, and you have to take.
Mm-hmm. I've
like,
taken them.
I think you have to like take 13 of the huge doses of
Caffeine pills.
caffeine. Yeah, because I had a friend who
Okay.
basically got through college on those caffeine pills, and he took 4 of them in a day once.
Yeah, I did
and,
that.
And I'm like,
I did
did
that
that?
multiple times.
Really?
I had
4 of them,
I had
though?
a shake that I called the Finals Week Special. that I would just blend up caffeine pills into a smoothie.
How many
Heck
caffeine
yeah.
pills?
4.
That is way too many
Buddy.
for your health.
I stayed awake for like 48 hours once.
yeah,
Wow.
that's not good.
That's incredible.
Yeah, buddy. Don't do it.
But off of that, we calculated how many it was, and I think it was like 13 of the max
Okay.
dose.
Because I was not doing
Don't
okay.
count me on. Don't take my word for that. Don't go even close
Yeah.
to that.
Don't do that because I was hurting
Yeah.
for certain.
We do recommend you. I recommend, but I'm sure you guys are agree. Just limit caffeine so you're
Yeah.
not getting too shaky.
Yeah, I feel like if you
You
get
know.
to the point where like your body's dependent on it, that's kind
Yeah,
of a sign that
that's
maybe
true.
you should stop. Because I know a lot of people who like they don't get coffee in the morning, they get a headache,
Yeah,
and that's not like the worst thing that could happen. But I guess it's kind of a sign that like
You might
you're
be-
kind of dependent on
yeah.
it. So
what I would say is the worst is when like it affects your mood and your interactions with others, where you're angry and not interacting well with others.
Yeah.
You know, I think having a headache, because like I've been there before. I wake up and like maybe don't have time for a cup of coffee, and so I get a headache. But I'm always like, well, that's my own fault, so I shouldn't be upset at anyone else for my own headache.
Yeah, for sure.
Whoa.
Does that
There's a
sound
spring
familiar?
on this mic stand. Don't worry about it.
But you know, when it's like you're upset at others because you're having a coffee,
Yeah.
that's when I'm like, I think you should stop drinking coffee for a while.
So Josh, I have a question about
Yeah.
that. When you worked at Cold Smoke, did you have a lot of people like that in the mornings?
You know, I think I actually ran into more upset people in the evenings.
That's surprising.
Because they were
morning-
college kids studying.
Yeah, or just really snooty people.
Okay.
Which I can share a story of that in a bit, but first I would say the morning people, like I liked the morning shift because people are kind of slowly coming in, and then by the time you're getting a lot of people, it's like late enough in the morning where these people aren't the people who are really mad if they don't have coffee in the morning.
Okay.
It's felt like.
It's like I got up kind of late. Or,
Yeah,
Brunch
I'm just
coffee
gonna
or
come in
Yeah.
for brunch and a cup, or meet up with people at like 10 and have a cup
Nice.
of coffee, kind of thing.
Nice.
That's chill.
But the early morning people were just very thankful that we were there to have the coffee for them.
That's great. I like that.
That's
you
nice.
know,
An
Yeah.
attitude of thankfulness.
yeah, and at least I mean I worked at the Cold Smoke that was less busy too, so I can't
Okay.
say I ran into a lot of that. And I only worked like a morning shift a week
Okay.
because of how weird my schedule was.
Sure. Was it a weekday morning though?
It was a Saturday morning,
Oh.
which is a little bit nicer
Yeah.
too.
Gotcha.
You have less people aren't in quite as rush on
Sure.
Saturdays.
Well, thank you, Bozeman, for being thankful.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, that's nice.
I'll
Yeah.
always be thankful for your coffee.
That's a great
Baristas-
story, though.
Baristas are kind of stressed out sometimes too. I mean, I remember some of the busiest times where you're like, I haven't washed a cup in 2 hours, and we have 2 cups left.
Yeah.
And there's a line of 10 people here who are hopefully okay with paper cups because, sorry, we don't have any more 12-ounce mugs. You want an 8-ounce mug? Like, that's not enough. You want 16? That's too much.
Yeah.
Want a paper cup? And you just hope they're okay with that. But yeah, baristas are stressed, and
Yeah.
thank you, baristas.
Service,
Because
honestly, service industry people, I'm so thankful for
they
them.
get a bad rap, I think,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Because
but
it
they
sucks.
deal with
I
a
mean,
lot.
you were a receptionist at a gym.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That was a little, that was a little rough sometimes. But also, I mean, you've got all those endorphins going afterwards, so they might come in a little crabby, but they
Yeah.
always left.
Sure.
That's true.
That's good.
really,
That's very true.
Really happy. So that
Yeah.
was nice. And you know, everybody has their off days.
Yeah.
You know, and let's be honest, very few people actually want to go to the gym. So
Yeah.
I feel that.
I'm going to be honest. Sorry, I know we're a little over time, but I'm going to go on a rant here. Don't be rude to people who work for an airline.
Oh,
Like that,
yeah.
you're never going to get anywhere being rude to them. And there's almost nothing they can do a lot of the time.
That's
like
true.
when they say that they need authorization to do something, that's almost always true.
Yeah.
And so I can't imagine how much it would suck. I mean, your dad, well, is he a pilot?
No.
What does he do for the airline?
He worked front counter for Delta
Okay.
for quite a few years.
And was it kind of people shouted at him for no reason? And yeah, it's just horrible. And yeah, it sucks. It's like, what are you going to do? Flights get delayed, flights get canceled. And I know it's horrible and ruins people's days and schedules, but it's just like, don't take it out on somebody working for an airline. I mean, I probably don't need to tell this to anybody who would be watching our podcast. I don't
Right. Yeah. Hopefully,
feel like these are our friends.
Hopefully, you guys that are watching this agree with us on this
But-
because you know us.
Yeah. Anyways,
But
but
it's
yeah,
good stuff.
I think we're about wrapped up for time now, but
Okay.
that was good though.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Discussions.
Do you guys want to give us kind of a highlight of maybe some up and coming podcast
Okay.
topics?
We could, but we don't really know when this is going to air and
Yeah.
reference
That's
something
Okay.
else.
true.
All right.
Do you have any thoughts on that? Do you have
Well,
highlights?
I was just going to say you guys should stay tuned for a camping episode.
That's true. We have some Saturday content we're going to be releasing that's not the podcast that we're excited about. We have a couple, like a whole document of ideas that we're brewing up. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll get some of that out. And yeah, camping. I think
Yeah.
Austin's never been camping, so we're going to take him camping and document the process. So.
And we're gonna teach you how to start a fire.
And build a
So-
gigantic tent.
Yeah.
And catch fish.
Yes.
All of it.
Perhaps even gut them.
So
So,
subscribe
Yeah,
to our channel, please.
Check it out. Tell your friends.
I don't know. I honestly don't care. This is not our job.
Yeah. And we are not a charity case.
No,
we
we-
do not beg. Much like Ron Swanson.
We all have jobs. We're good.
So do what you want. Really.
Yeah.
Don't really care.
Honestly, yeah, I don't care.
But we hope you enjoy this. So.
Thanks for watching. If you do, we
Yeah.
do appreciate the views.
Yeah.
All right.